And we're going right into it. We've got House 3000's own JohnNumbers and Frozen.
Yeah, Frozen's had a pretty good run so far today. We just saw Numbers lose in winter semis to Great Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez has been giving a lot of people a lot of issues
yeah.
here today. Everyone seems to have forgotten how to fight against Ness, but
Everyone forgot the Ness matchup.
we'll worry about
true.
that later on. So going right into it, Frozen absolutely no stranger to playing against Wii Fit. Though, you know, an odd choice. This isn't the usual Wii Fit trainer we see from Numbers.
It's not. We usually see the green female one, switching up to the red male Wii Fit.
I know this one has a name. They have names. They have their own little plot. Yeah.
Huh.
It's fascinating. But we'll save the lore for another day.
Maybe we'll interview John someday and get him to tell us the whole story.
It's either John knows the lore or I know Austin knows the lore. But one way or another, we're going into it, and it's
Pretty
very
even game so far.
Yeah, it's very even percentages. They've been trading stage control back and forth. Notably, though, Frozen hasn't been able to move around using Dragon Lunge as much as we're often used to him seeing, especially on Smashville. Usually has run-of-the-mill as far as stage control, but John's just putting out hitboxes wherever Frozen does not need them.
And that was a great spacing on that back air. Numbers getting that back air to punish the side B. Ooh, the back air going to take that very early. Numbers had a pretty sizable percent lead, but it goes away right there.
And
unsafe down air, though.
Numbers really not phased too much by what's going on here. He's got Frozen at a fairly comfortable percentage. That Sun Salutation.
You see that side B duck under the sun?
Yeah, it's just sort of like whoosh right on past.
Corrin sort of pancakes when she lands from that. And Numbers not able to get that sun, even though it was almost right along the ground. Corrin's close to kill percent, though. This is certainly still a close game.
That being noted, Corrin with Rage is pretty scary to deal with. Between back air and neutral air, there's a lot of tools at Frozen's disposal. Dragon Lunge aside, there's just so much that Frozen can do to keep John on his toes and keep him from getting comfortable.
Wow, very low from Numbers right there. I like that recovery there. Sun is getting to the point where it's going to come close to killing. I think probably at this point it will, a full charge Sun, even without deep breathing. Oh, I like the deep breathing bait right there. Deep breathing, uses deep breathing to bait Frozen into coming off stage, cancels it with the air dodge and gets the up air to get the kill. So only 45% down. Still a close game right here in game one. This is loser's quarters here.
Yeah, you know, this is the end of the road for anybody that that drops from here, but I could see this going the long way. You know, Frozen knows how to extend things against John. He knows he has to play things patiently, and it's a style of play that certainly accommodates to him.
And I think it's a style that accommodates Corrin as well if it needs to.
Certainly.
Corrin has those moves that are so quick and has such a good burst range that she can play that patient game and just wait for you to be off your guard for 1 second and instantly punish with that right there. We see Numbers roll into the ledge, instantly get punished with the pin.
And of course,
good tomahawk grab.
The classic style of JohnNumbers' play in that he'll just bring himself to the ledge, which is a situation that we're seeing time and time again. Frozen wants it.
And I think the thing there is that Wii Fit doesn't really mind being on the ledge. He has a lot of good ledge options. It's weird to call Wii Fit a he. You never see the male Wii Fit. but you know, he's got so many great ledge options and so many ways to tack on damage just with projectiles and everything from off stage and from the ledge. And he's pretty hard to edge guard. But we could still see, 2 frames with the insta-pin. We saw that back air off stage earlier to take the early stock.
And seeing an up air from Frozen here with a back air to clean
again.
things out in game one. And John really didn't change up anything to his usual fare, but Frozen's so used to playing against that. It was just very methodical to how he responded to John's typical shenanigans. So waiting to see if he changes anything up. We've got the color switch. That could be important.
It's always important. It's pretty important.
This could be the mentality shift that John needs to take with that momentum.
Is female Wii Fit higher on the tier list than male Wii Fit? We're about to find out.
More at 11.
It's exactly 11 right now, so you're actually right.
Oh, yeah, here we go. You want your answer? You've got it. Game 2, we're still in Town and City. And
Wii Fit's grab range is just a little bit sad sometimes.
Oh,
she reaches her hands out and she touches you and still does not grab you.
It's abysmal. For a character that gets so much decently off of throws and has such all-right throws as it is, grab range is a bit pitiful.
Yeah, it's rough. Numbers makes good use of it, though. He conditions you into shielding as much as possible with all of his projectiles or with his aerials on shields, and spaces them well enough that you have to respect it, and then you can't always react to the grabs in time. Going for these soccer ball ledge traps. Frozen just going to wait it out, though. Going to force John to pick an option. Oh, this is a big combo right here.
I like it.
Nair, 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 back air. That's all true there once Wii Fit gets you in the air with that. So if she can read when you're going to mash out of that jab grounding thing, that's a ton of % right there.
Yeah, the burrow application of jab 3 we hardly ever see, but
It's inconsistent, to say the least.
very good usage of it from John. I wouldn't expect any less from his Wii Fit play. However, Frozen with an excellently spaced Dragon Lunge just to tip out on John, and this is looking like a pretty, cut and dry set for Frozen if John doesn't figure anything out to change things up on him.
Super aggressive down air right there. Numbers, you can tell, getting a little bit desperate for this first kill. Wii Fit not the best as far as kill power goes. Not a kill throw for another 20, 30% even with deep breathing. So going to need to look for an edge guard or an early up air or something. Or just keep tacking on % with these Suns, but he's taking a little too much damage to rely on the slow game right now.
Yeah, the usual John game plan is just to draw things out as long as possible, but Frozen likes that. Frozen's been playing very accordingly to it, and it's been benefiting him greatly, as we've seen with the progression of the set and, moving forward through Game 2. The occasional fairs and nairs and dragon lunges here that have been tacking onto John just add up more so than John can push any type of advantage he gets. But an up air is going to bring things further into his favor. But with 63% on deck, I might be too little too late for John.
This is certainly still doable. Wii Fit an evasive character, certainly at least the way John plays her. So he's going to try to run away and get as much damage as he can without getting punished. That's just so difficult against a character like Corrin, has that incredible burst move with the side B and an SD.
And John
sliding down in his chair, misses the mash of all things with that up B. That's unfortunate. You hate to see the set end like that.
That's not a good sign for John.
That's rough. I've never seen him miss that before.
He loses the set, but it's very rare that we see him miss something so.
I don't think I've ever seen him SD quite like that. Just missing the mash, not even at full range.